Alright. We should be good. Welcome everyone to today's race. Epiphany versus HDlax.
Good evening, everyone. Here we are at Jamin Games and Fueled by Farcho, or we can go by only by Farcho and Jamin. We're here looking for a nice run tonight against Epiphany and HD. HD once was the record holder of no out of bounds of this category for about 2 weeks ago, for about 10 days. So it should be fun watching him try and...
Yeah, I think it was actually only 4 days before Joven took the record from HD. HD got in the record for the first time in 4 years, and then Joven took it in, I think, 4 days. So, short-lived, but HD has been up on the rise again.
Yeah, I mean, he came back to LM speedrunning like in January, and he also had the 90% world record for a smaller time earlier this year.
Yes, most definitely. He spent a lot of time in the 90% category after King Boo 1 cycle was found, working on that, which has been instrumental into his record run, was getting that King Boo 1 cycle.
Oh yeah. We may probably watch the King Boo. Well, I think this would be like one of the first times we may watch King Boo 1 cycle in this tournament, right?
I think there's a really good chance that today we will see the King Boo 1 cycle from HD. No promises, but I think he'll most likely be going for it.
Yeah, it should be really interesting. We'll see how it turns out. It's gonna be a good race, as I told you. Epiphany is running on NTSC US version, so...
Yes. Yeah, there is a difference between the Japanese and English version of the game. It's roughly about 25 to 30 seconds, give or take, time save-wise. Mostly from text and a couple exclusive text skips that we'll most likely see HD go for, and we'll be able to point out.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe Epiphany is setting up map glitch. Or not. Okay. HG's restart. Okay. So we are just waiting on HD briefly to restart his stream before we head into this match. But HD is seeded 3rd in the tournament. Epiphany is seeded 30th. There's about a 10-minute time difference between their PBs, or more like 9 minutes. HD's PB is a 55-45, and Epiphany's is a 105, I believe 06. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right. It's a wide margin for this category, but as we have seen in this tournament, anything can happen. And well, let's hope the both runners give the best of them and have a fun run.
Yeah, this is in the tournament. We've seen just already so many crazy, awesome things happen. So many exciting close runs. So, we won't know the outcome until a winner finishes the run. Otherwise, until then, it's up in the air. And that's the most exciting part of the tournament. All right then. So we should be getting ready to start the run soon. Okay. All right. Just waiting for Speedrun's live to getting everything set up here to start the race. Farcho, have you done your second round yet? I believe you have not.
No, my run against Pablo, it's on Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Time. That's midday on Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and 9 p.m. European Time. That's the time Pablo will be running. We were discussing that, of course, because the time differential, it's a little bit tricky to
yes,
match the times. that's why I told Pablo like we have to do it on the weekends because if not, I only can in the evenings. So I don't think you want to run Luis mentioned at 3 a.m. I mean, it might be really,
Yeah.
like really ad hoc for the run, but not for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I scheduled a match against Daycat, who is in England, and I had the same kind of problem there, like trying to figure out the times. So it ended up being midday for me, and for her it was like, I believe it was like 8:30 at night. So there's definitely quite the difference there. Yeah, you don't want to be playing at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, well, it shows how diverse is the LM community. We have runners from all around the world. I mean,
Yes.
most of the runners come from the United States, but there are also people from Canada, from Latin America, like myself, and well, from Europe we have Pablo, another former world record holder, amongst others.
Yes. Well, yeah, and even just between the two of us, I'm here in the States and you're in Latin America right now. So just there's this community is just far and wide, and it's so exciting to be part of such an awesome tournament, and being able to be having the privilege to be here and commentate for this race.
Oh yeah, yeah. This whole tournament, since well, I started following it last year. It has been really fun. Also, SpeedGaming has helped us a lot with it. And
Yes.
we enjoy being here, sharing with everyone on stream our passion for this game because I think that LM community is also really passionate about it. You have seen many other people like finding new strats for the game. I mean, many people thought that we have reached the peak of it, but then it comes the insta shots and the King Boo one cycle in the boss fight. So
Yeah, and that was applicable to every main category. Every main category gets King Boo. So it brought down the any percent time, any percent no out of bounds time, and just everything. Such a monumental find attributed to both Sorry 100 and Red Mountain. So, like you said, this game, it felt like it was dead for a while, but this community has livened up so greatly in these last couple, honestly, the last month. The tournament has brought a lot of old runners back and who are finding new reasons to enjoy the game. And we're seeing some crazy PBs. The record is being shared more than it has in a very long time. I mean, Blue Hits held the record for about 2 years, and within the past month, we've had 2 different record holders, and I believe we've had 3 different records in the past month. So
yeah,
it's such an exciting time to be in this community.
yeah, it's a really nice time to be part of it. As you told, well, I mean, I think that everything started back in September when Pablo just beat Blue Hit's record that has been standing for 2 years, as you told before, and then Snap came back with a run out of nowhere, and he took the world record, and then Jovin, HD, and everyone. It's just like keeping up the pace, so it's really gonna be fun watching this game in the near future, as I think that we might be seeing. I mean, I don't know how far fetched is it, but I think that we might be seeing even a 55-30 sub 30 soon.
Oh, I don't think that is a far-fetched by all means. I think that is very likely to see a 2x soon. I think, because if you put Jovin's 55-43 record, if you put the King Boo 1 cycle on that becomes, I believe that becomes a 2x.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
Jovin's most recent record was behind pace, but his previous record had done 2 cycles, so he did 1 cycle and improved his time by 4 seconds, where the 1 cycle saves roughly about 18. So if you'd taken his original run and then add the 1 cycle, a 2x most likely would have came out of that run. So I think that 2x is definitely on the way here.
And well, HD just wrote in chat. Well, like a couple of minutes ago, like he's having some technical difficulties on his side, so that's why
Yes.
the run has not started yet. But
Yeah.
hopefully he can sort things out.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of technical trouble here.
Mhm.
It's no worries. We actually have another race tonight that starts in the middle of this race.
Yeah, in about 20 minutes or so, we'll be watching.
Oh. I think we just got booted. Yeah, we just got booted back. go to the setup. All right. We should be back and ready to roll.
All right, thanks for hanging with us. We had some technical difficulties, but I think we're ready to go. This very fun race. I think both runners are ready to go. Just to match the timers in SRL, and we'll be.
Yeah, we are just on the cusp of starting. All right.
All right.
All right. We
Here
are
we go.
on our way. So, we are starting Area 1 right now. It's exciting. HG's stream needs to maybe be cropped a little more, but that is out of our control.
Yeah, and probably to get them back in sync. But well, here we are, Area 1. To trigger the game, you have to blow out those candles, and that will start the sequence. This 30-second cutscene to start off the game, where they're telling that Luigi has no idea what has he done, that he's in for a night, and well. The first area, it's really simple. It's like the tutorial for the game, and well, will be presented with all the in and outs of the game right now.
Yeah, so to start, we are... Yeah, this is really, the start of the game. It's a very short area. Each area slowly progresses. As we progress, becomes longer and longer. Area 1 being the shortest, and Area 2, 3, 4.
So
yeah,
we have
HD
here...
seems to be lagging behind a little bit on the stream here.
Yeah, HD was telling that he's dropping some frames, so we might have some technical difficulties on his side, but the run should be fine otherwise.
Yeah.
So
right.
here in this second room, the under room, we'll be starting to see some strats. We start doing the games that we manipulate the ghosts, so we can have doubles that save us a little time. So instead of sucking one ghost at a time, we do 2 or even 3 of them, and you'll be seeing that later this run.
Yeah, the double and triples are some of the most fun and interesting parts of the run to see how the setups get optimized to just maximize time save. So, an actually interesting note there is that the garbage ghosts there, those green trash ghosts, they're the only ghosts in the game that can get pushed without taking damage. Every other ghost, you can run into them and they'll cause damage, but the garbage ghosts, however, do not, which is why we're able to set up those doubles where we push the garbage ghosts into the gold ghost.
Mm-hmm. And we just Epiphany, they're just sleep a little bit with the banana peel, but that shouldn't be a big of a time lapse. Probably just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, no big deal.
And we get the first EGAT text. EGAT is the professor who's helping Luigi clean up the mansion, but he likes to talk a lot. You'll be seeing a lot of these small cutscenes, text scenes probably during the run. And we're here with our first portrait ghosts. Portrait ghosts differ from regular ghosts as they have different catch strategies. They don't show their hearts like you don't flash them to show their hearts. Neville here, you just have to wait until he decides to show his heart, and you suck him up just like the runners did right now.
Yeah, the portrait ghosts, we encounter many of them throughout our run. We actually encounter 18, including bosses. And each one, like First was saying, presents us with a new little puzzle almost to solve, to have them show their heart and get them to allow them to be sucked up. So we'll see throughout the run various different interesting ways that the portrait ghosts will have to show their heart.
Well, this was Lydia, the second ghost of the run, and then we'll have Chauncey, the first boss of the room, the first boss of the run. He's a baby, but he's sure a creepy baby.
That's right. When I was younger and I played this game, I was absolutely terrified of Chauncey, I remember. So I'm with you on that one. Chauncey, though, as Fritz was saying, is our first boss ghost of the run. Still a portrait ghost, but a little bit different, as they'll take us to a separate little arena that we have to battle them in. And an area boss results in the end of the area, which kind of coincides and goes hand in hand.
And also another fun fact is that Chance is the only boss that cannot be one-cycled with current strats. We have been searching for the Chance if one-cycle, but it doesn't just seem to be there. So what the runners are gonna do now, they're gonna have the first cycle of the fight, going to drop the health as close as 50 as they can, but not below 50, because if not, it will trigger another wave of attacks. So now we see HD, who is dodging the rocking horses, and now he's just gonna be next to Chansey, waiting for the ball to drop, and then he's going to bang the baby.
Good first ball catch there from HD. These ball catches are so important to the run here, of the smoothness of the Chauncey fight. Let's see if Epiphany is able to land this, and he does not. And you'll notice here how much longer it's going to take him to start his suck up versus HD, and that's why these ball catches are so crucial to the run.
He got a pretty good first cycle though, down at 53.
Yeah, down to 53, quite good. Yes, and going back on earlier about the one cycle, if we did frame perfect inputs and pumps, we still would only result in a getting Chauncey down to about 1 or 2. So it is impossible with current strats, but never say never in speedrunning.
Yeah.
HD with the 56 key there, 556 key, quite good. Ooh, Epiphany with a very good second ball catch, however.
He nailed that one, and he's gonna probably have like a 612 key, 613.
614 maybe.
Yeah,
Seems to be
614.
a 614. All right. So about a what was that? About an 8-second gap. I
Yeah,
believe?
more or less.
'Cause I think HD had a 56 key, so a little bit of a gap already. But like we said, it's the beginning of the run. There's still so much left.
Yeah,
we are-
and the game starts to complicate a little bit more. We're going to see a lot more doubles, a lot more glitches, skips coming up your way during this run. And well, afterwards, every area you return to, he gets left to put the ghosts back in their paintings. Like you see right now, he's just like purifying them.
Yes. We have to watch this cutscene 3 times throughout the run. The cutscene shows 4 times, but the 4th time is after our timer is already finished. And it is just an unskippable cutscene that we have to sit throughout our run here. So we're gonna be entering our second area here, area 2. Area 2. Excuse me. There's many more doubles, many more portrait ghosts, and importantly, one of the other huge parts of this game that we'll encounter here in Area 2 is the booze. And
booze?
the same booze, yeah. Same booze that we see in our Super Mario World and all those other Mario games. BOOS, not BOOZE. The Epiphany
Well-
lines up a good grabber double as well.
He does. Also, another important, crucial part of this run is the hallway movement, because as you saw earlier before, Epiphany spawns some ghosts who can scare you and you lose like a frame or 2 there. So you want to keep your flashlight up all the time so you don't spawn those ghosts and you can keep moving smoothly throughout the...
HD landing
Match.
all 3 Shy Guy doubles, which is such an early determiner of runs. You'll see one of the most common reset points outside of Area 1 is definitely the Shy Guy doubles. Epiphany having a really clean scare skip there.
And also Winter here, the first part of our RNG in our run, there were Lindas.
Yes.
The RNG here is that they show their hearts like immediately after they spawn or 10 seconds later. So many people are trying to find how to manipulate the RNG, but up until now there's no consistent strategy to do so.
Yeah. HG stream seems to be quite frozen here, but let's see how Epiphany does in terms of
Mhm.
early release. And he gets it. So that is the early release we were speaking of. And it is just the luck of the day. There's really no way to tell how it's going to go. Oh, HD. Okay, we see his stream again as he lands poster skip there, which we'll explain as Epiphany. Most likely we'll go for it.
And HD also gets a double during the storage
Very
room.
good.
And
Quite the clean
let's
storage room.
let's talk about poster skip where Epiphany didn't get it. What happens on poster skip is that there is a poster where where a button is hidden behind it, and what that does, it saves you about another 2 to 3 seconds.
Yes.
Before the boo release.
So we'll see here with Epiphany, as we saw with HD, he was able to walk up to that button right there. Excuse me, and just hit the button where you'll see here. Oh, Epiphany did land poster skip.
Yeah, he did it after the...
Oh, I thought he missed it. Oh, he did it. Ooh, that's actually gonna lose him time. Setting it up again. But as we saw, there will be a poster that's over that button that you're gonna have to suck off. So yeah, like Virtual said, about 2 to 3 seconds as we enter another cutscene of text.
Yeah, as we told you beforehand, he likes to talk a lot, so we're going to see a lot of mashing here on this part where Igat is talking about the boos that he released and that King Boo was the one who let all the ghosts out here in the mansion.
Yes.
And we're doing a little bit of backtracking right now. You have to return to the first rooms to catch a total of 5 boos before you can progress in the game. There we see HD setting up the the tech skip, which he did not get because the boo was hidden under the table.
Yeah, unfortunate RNG there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Epiphany can land tech skip, because it's quite the interesting trick, and it introduces a very important part of our general run here, and that is tech skipping. Epiphany seems to be going for regular tech skip, not reverse tech skip. Reverse tech skip is the strat that HD went for, where you go from the back of the table versus the front. And Epiphany did get the RNG. Now let's see if he lands the tech skip, and
he does.
Wow, that was very far away. I did not know if he was gonna suck that up. But as you noticed there was no text box after he caught the boo, unlike how HD have. Yeah, so that's going to save some time, and we see multiple different instances of tech skips throughout our run, where if you suck a tablecloth out, or we see many different objects used. If you suck another object up as you suck up the boo, you can skip the text of that boo, which will obviously save us time in the speedrun here.
And HD, I think he was trying to get that boo double there, but he didn't get it because of the RNG.
Well, let's see if he goes for boo double here. It does not appear so. HD is only 10 seconds behind his PB, so he is definitely within a decent run here, so he has no reason to mess around.
He's dragging the boo, so the suck up occurs as closest as he can from the door, so he doesn't have to walk all the way back to it.
Yes. Yeah, so why we get these 5 boos here and backtrack a little is that, as you'll see here, that we're going to go into this door and get this key, but this door does not open until we collect 5 boos, so we do, these 5 boos have, and there's been many different routes that have been tested, and this is the route for those first 5 boos that works the best. So we never touch, yeah, so we never go into these rooms for the rest of the game. Epiphany getting a nice charge there on his boo. A good suck up.
Now HD is entering the mirror room, where we will see another grabber ghost like we saw earlier today, but these ones are invisible. You just can see them through the mirror, which makes it a really interesting trick or strategy for casual runners. The ghosts spawn in the same place every time, so we already know where they're gonna be, so you just have to align them, and let's see if HD gets these doubles. He gets the first one.
And I always enjoyed this room because it offered a very unique challenge, and it wasn't the same as the rest of the game. It was very, you had to use your surroundings to improve, or not to improve, but to find the ghost. It was I always loved the design of the mirror room. She's gonna be going for our first save and quit or save warp of the game, and he lands that just fine. The save warp it's pretty self-explanatory, but it is the process of using the save and quit function after getting a boo to warp back to the foyer. And that'll save us time in many, many different scenarios. Importantly there, the big time save there is that we have, as you notice, he collected the fire medallion as he did the save warp, and we actually skipped the fire medallion text there, which is going to save us...
about 5 seconds.
Yeah. So the fire warp is a fun little strat that'll help us out here, and we're gonna see Epiphany going for it as well.
HD's timer just reset
HD's
0.
timer has just disappeared.
Yeah.
So we will be looking at Epiphany's timer. Or Epiphany not in good position. And
oh my goodness.
He almost reset there. You notice he went for a muscle memory there.
Yeah.
Do you see the boo leave? That's really unfortunate, but this is that text that HD skipped by doing the fire warp. So you can see why it is a crucial trick within our run, and losing it is quite a time loss. I roughly lose if I miss fire warp. It's roughly about 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds. If you have good RNG. Because you'll be getting the boo here.
And Epiphany's missing the key.
Yep, okay.
He went back.
I got nervous there. So for the mirror room boo, typically after a later portion of the run where we're here in Clairvoyant's room, you'll be getting that room. So,
the mirror boo, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the cutscenes there were in sync. That was awesome. If you noticed on the streams, two totally different keys, but they were collected at the same time, and it was quite funny there.
HD nailing the mouse hold skip. What this does, and it's the Japanese only version that does it, is that if you collect the boo and you warp within the mouse hold, the EGAT text won't show, and he's going for the fast quad.
Nice, and he lands fast quad. So yeah, as Virtue was saying, that's another example of a text skip that we were talking about earlier with Parlor Boo and all these other ones. So on the Japanese version, that's another way to skip a text box. And there's another one right there.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets Laundry Boo text skip though, because that is one of the more difficult text skips in the run. And he just missed it. And Epiphany is getting having a little bit of trouble there. And he goes to make sure. Yeah, that's a smart move. It would have lost way more time if he let the butler despawn back to the hallway. So he gets the butler there, but he's gonna have to go clear kitchen. Gonna have to go clear the washroom, laundry room. That's what I said. Oh man. He's gonna have to go clear the laundry room right here. Also, I hope he remembers he has to get Mario's hat.
Yeah. And well, now we're with the game's waifu, Melody. Melody Pianissima. She plays Mario Melody. It's probably Mario 1 or Mario 3, the one that she plays, and you have to guess. Well, not to guess, but to tell her which one's which, so you can catch her. And HD got Mario 1.
Ooh, Epiphany, very close there, having a little bit of trouble there. I missed it, Furcher. Did you see which text HD got?
Mario 1.
Which song? Mario 1? Very nice.
Yeah.
Let us switch.
He got that really good RNG with the boo.
Yeah, let's see. Epiphany looks to be setting up the fast quad here, but he might go for the safe quad. And he goes for the fast quad.
And gets it.
Oh, yes he does. I thought the bats were going to get him there. And let's see if this RNG does him well. Ooh, no. Unfortunately gets the decoy there. Looks to be far right, and he is.
And now HD is getting into the dining room where we will see a guy, Mr. Lux, having dinner there, but he's one of our optional ghosts. You don't have to get it to complete this run. And he's into the kitchen where he has to bake a ghost so he can suck him up.
Yes. Mr. Lugs, as Fercho mentioned, is an optional portrait ghost. So we've had those many portrait ghosts that we've talked about. But Mr. Lugs does not offer us a key or anything that we need for this run. So we just skip over him, where in many other categories, such as all portraits and 100%, you'll collect Mr. Lugs, as he is necessary for the completion of those runs.
And he also had collected already water, which is our second element of the game. He couldn't do kitchen boot tech skip because the boot was hiding there. It was a nice read by HD though.
Yes.
So it's not much of a time loss there.
Yes, I think one of the most underestimated time saved within the game is boo reading. If you can get good at your boo reads, you will save a lot of time, because when a boo switches, or if it, you'll be running across the room for, a ton of time if you can't read the radar correctly. So, seeing good reads always brings a smile on my face.
And there we see a good spooky fight. It was really fast, really neat. And we're going to the graveyard.
Epiphany taking a little while there with Melody, but getting best RNG, question mark. And he doesn't, he gets decoyed there.
And HD with the white double, but the ghost despawned there. I didn't see if he got hit or what happened there, but...
Yeah, that really stinks, because that is a... I believe he got hit, because that was a weird HP to be at.
Yeah, and he got a really white double there, too.
Yeah, good skeleton ghost double. So we're going to see Epiphany heading past Mr. Lugs in a moment, and getting our second element as well. There are 3 elements throughout the game. We have fire, water, and we'll soon see our third element, but I won't let you know yet. We'll see that in a moment.
HD now with Bugmire, our second boss of the game. Bugmire, it's really one of the toughest bosses to get around because he has a strong pull, but you can one cycle him. I mean, it's really tough, but the one cycle, it's doable. It's pretty doable, and it's really one of the most fun one cycles to do, in my opinion.
Yeah. HD having a little bit of trouble, and can't complete it. Drops him at 4
HP.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, Bogmire, even showing HD, the third place holder in the game, having a little bit of trouble. So it's no easy feat when anybody gets a Bogmire one cycle. It is not guaranteed. So HD does a good job there, recovering quickly, but unfortunate. Epiphany saves there, seemingly by accident.
And he almost got burnt.
Yeah, he forgot to water the door, which is something that we'll see throughout our run, is that trying to clear those fire doors as soon as possible. So let's see how Spooky goes here.
Nice dodge. And he's got him cornered.
So interestingly enough, the reason we get hit by Spooky there is, if this lines up correctly, you can basically, the way to manipulate Spooky because after he attacks you, he'll walk back to his doghouse. So if you get him attacked on the third chomp, what he'll do is, it'll basically manipulate Spooky to moving closer to the bone, which can result in a much quicker cycle there of him showing his heart.
It also spawns the ghost quicker, and he got the double.
That's true. And his skeleton goes double there for Epiphany. I think that Mr. Bones, those skeleton ghosts there, were sadly so underused in the game. I think they offer a lot of challenge, especially when put in a group setting. If you have, you'll see this on the PAL version of the game, where they'll throw in, you'll see different ghost combinations, and then you'll have a Mr. Bones who just starts throwing bones at you, and it creates a very challenging experience there. So I always was sad about the underusage, but at the same time, for speedrunning, it resolves it from a lot of frustration.
While the cutscene is playing on Epiphany's screen, we see HD entering the third area of our game. I don't think it's actually proven that it's the longest area of it. And he's going to see a cutscene where we see that King Boo has kidnapped Mario in this game.
Epiphany appears to be doing C-stick method for Bogmire. And it works for him, though. He gets it.
Bravo.
What a nice Bogmire one cycle there. So Epiphany slowly closing the gap. between him
and HD.
and HD. Epiphany is only 20 seconds behind his PB, however, so in terms of his own personal record here, he is by no means out of it.
At all. And well, with HD, he used the camera there to avoid lag on the well. He gets Mario's letter. Those items we will see our runners collecting it on this area specifically. There are 5 of them, and we need them to continue on this game.
Yes, we'll see a very important segment later in the run in about, I'd say about 15 minutes. No, less than that.
Give or take, like 12 minutes.
Yeah, like 12 minutes. We'll see all those Mario items come into play. Different
HD
items of Mario's.
HD quick scoping the door. The door was on fire, but there's like some textures on this game. For example, that you can shoot the element going from up from down to upstairs, and the floor it doesn't recognize it, so you can shoot it straight to the door. That's why you didn't see any fire on it.
Yeah, and HD doing the Saria ceiling strat, which is a very minimal time save for most runners, but for when you're at HD and you're playing at record level, any time save is worth it. But it appears he did not set up kitchen tech skip.
But he does. Now.
He improves it. He improvises it and lands it. Wow. That was quite the improvisation, because, wow, yeah, I'm honestly impressed he was able to pull that off. So another example, T-Room tech skip, of another time we use a tech skip, because they are very prevalent throughout the run.
Epiphany, we just saw him at backtracking a little bit to get Mario's hat, because I think he didn't get it when he was doing laundry room. That's gonna cost him a little time.
Oh, unfortunately, I forgot that he missed Mario's hat. I thought he had grabbed it, but I must have been wrong.
Yeah, me too. And well, with HD clearing up Petunia's room, you just have to freeze the girl in the bathtub and suck her up. And now we're going to one of everyone's favorite room, Nana's. To beat Nana, you have to shoot those drum balls you see there. That sometimes it can be tricky to shoot at her, because she also shoots like some lasers through her eyes.
Yeah, she's one freaky grandma. But HD making quick work of it, but can be such a difficult part especially for casual players, to wrangle in those yarn balls and get past Nana. But I always thought it was such a fun and clever portrait ghost puzzle.
Yeah, definitely.
HD getting the quick key, there you go.
Yeah.
Able to pull the key over there for him.
For a moment I thought it got stuck in the chest.
Yeah. But he got it with ease, and he is heading to Astral Hall now, actually.
In Astral Hall, for you to spawn the ghost, you have to light up all the candles. There are 15 of them in total, and then you walk into it, and the ghosts go there. Here in this room, you can also set up some good doubles and triples. Let's see if HD lands them. And he does the first one.
Does the first one. Yeah, Astral Hall is a very optimized room, and it's very fun. It's fun yet infuriating to play through Astral Hall. Epiphany also landing the water shot through the floor. And HD going not for the triple, but for a single and a double. Very interesting, actually. I was assuming he was going to go for the triple there.
The triple sometimes, well, if you don't land the triple, it's more of a time loss than it can save you. So going for the safe strat there.
Yeah, it can be quite detrimental to your run, I agree.
And we're starting with the higher HP boost right now. We see 101, and you will see that for us, we manipulate them doing the R pump. The R pump strategy, you basically use it to keep the boo in place and do optimal sucking on them.
Yeah, I guess we forgot to go over the R pumping. So you see there, every about 10 health is the way to do it optimally. You'll see you'll hold down the left and right trigger and let go of the R trigger every 10 health. And as Fercho said, keeps the boo in place, which makes suck-ups much quicker. And Epiphany have a really hard time reading T-Room.
T-Room, it's a really tough room to crash.
Most definitely. Oh boy. And he's a very fast boo. Oh, and he just saves him in the wall. Oh
It was a
wow,
nice recovery.
I thought he was gone.
On the other
Team
hand, mhm.
Boo can be such a hassle. So many different struggles. Boo is just, yeah, very difficult to wrangle in. Epiphany going for Nana first, it appears. Very interesting.
And well, returning to HD's run, he nailed the
Yes.
moonshot dead
Yes.
center. It was a really nice moonshot, and now he got Mary's star, and he's going to go downstairs. You remember that he grabbed a key that is coming into play right now. That saves you a lot of time. That key will let you go between area 2 and 3 in no time, and he'll be going to projection room.
Yes. Ooh, boy. Pearl spread, not treating him well. Let's see if Epiphany can salvage yet another Boo here. Oh, and he goes for the freeze strat on the Boo. Let's see if and he's able to land it. Epiphany is just keeping it clutch. I can't say that I believed that he was going to be able to wrangle that in. So, good job from Epiphany there. Nanabu can be such a toughie.
Yeah. And well, HD cleaning projection room, that it has the same dynamic as mirror room, but instead of a mirror you have to guide with the shadows. There we see HD nailing both the double and the triple, which are really
Yes.
tough on this room.
Yeah, you have to go off of muscle memory and just know where you're going to put them because you don't really have any visual aid. So see, is HD going to be... HD is going for projection, save warp, and he lands the fast warp.
And the animation skip from
Yes.
Mario's glove.
Yeah, so you'll see here that Mario's glove, the text is gonna pop up here. Yeah, the animation skip. Pablo, all good things from HD. We got some save warp in here. All good stuff.
And
Epiphany
we're doing
landing the first double.
Yeah, Epiphany is landing the double, and we see HD doing a little bit of backtracking again, collecting the Boo from Neville's room, and then we go to Twins' room.
Yeah, so Neville's room is so interesting after doing the save warp. Ooh, Epiphany looking to set up the triple and not landing that. So it looks like he's gonna go for a double and a single. Okay, good. I was nervous that was gonna despawn. All good things. Oh, and I think he had the right read there. He just didn't check.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't the top one. He checked the bottom one.
There you go. Well, good thing still. And you saw HD there after doing the save warp getting fire, because you'll notice here for the Twins when he doesn't check that box, but you'll notice that some of the boxes when sprayed with fire or with your vacuum, they will shake, and those are the boxes that the Twins are in.
And he's going for...
It looks like he's trying to set up Twins double here.
He is going to do it, and
he's trying to set it up, and just maneuvering around Henry there. Very close. Another fun fact about the Twins there, Henry and Orville. Henry is named after... Oh, and Epiphany lands the 360 moonshot. Oh my gosh, wow, that was fun. My apologies. I did not expect him to go for that. The twin that is in the car is named Henry after Henry Ford of Ford Motor Company, and the twin in the plane, Orville, is named after Orville Wright, one of the two Wright brothers who flew the first airplane.
Now HD is going for Chance's Boo. It's 50 HP. It's really easy. It's one of the easiest boos, I think, mid-game.
I would agree. Mid-game can be very testy with the boos. I mean, late game is most definitely the hardest A4, but yeah, for mid-game it's a nice break getting Chauncey Boo.
And let's see if he can set up the tech skip here in Lydia's room. Lydia's room can be really tough because of the reads and also because of the lag. I think that this room is the second laggiest. The laggiest room we'll see it later in the run.
Skip. Yes. Yeah, Lydia's the second laggiest. Another tech skip though we set up there, which is very nice. HD did quite well.
Tech skips start being a crucial part of this run because after 15 boosts you get RNG on the EGAT text, and you can get some long text with which can lose you about 5 seconds too. So getting tech
Yeah.
skips is really good.
Yeah, text, as Virtual was saying, yeah, the EGAD text can become quite frustrating. Ooh, Epiphany pulling the double there with
Really nice
an
double.
odd recovery setup there, so good job there. So
HD.
HD, you can explain Clairvoyant here, Virtual.
Clairvoyant, you remember all the items we got: the Mario hat, the shoe, the glove, etc. Um, she's a fortune teller, and she'll be reading the energy of those objects and telling Luigi what's going on in the mansion. And it's a hell of a lot of mashing. It's about a minute and a half of mashing. So HD is gonna be stuck in there for a little bit, so we can focus on Epiphany's run for a bit.
Epiphany using an odd setup, going for projection save warp, but
he
he
gets
used
it.
to land it, and he does not get the animation skip. There, that animation that we saw there, that is what HD skipped with his optimal one. But we see 2 save warps, no warp of shame here, no walk of shame for the runners today.
That's really nice.
Love to see it.
Yeah, and well, he has the safe warp. The only thing is that you have to get your element back again. So he's going to do that here in Neville's room.
Yeah.
He's going to get fire while he gets the ghost,
Yeah.
the boo here, and
Now being-
HD.
Yeah, I was just noting that, to be completely candid, I think Epiphany ended up losing time there to save warp, as he took a while to get the boo in the right position. So projection save warp saves roughly 2 seconds without the animation skip. So it's only worth it if you can set it up quickly.
And well, HD is done with Clairvoyant's room, and he's going upstairs with everyone's favorite boss, Bulassus. We'll get
Yes.
there in a bit.
Yes. Ulassus is quite the competitor for any runner, both casual and speedrunners.
Definitely. And he's going to get ice right now because you need it to clear next room. And well, if you forget ice, you lose quite some time because
It's
this is
bad
the closest.
news. Yeah, so we'll see. There are different elemental ghosts. Have we encountered any elemental ghosts yet? No, we have. We've
no.
encountered the ice ghost in kitchen, but we'll touch on them quickly here as well. We'll see not as much throughout this run, but there are different elemental ghosts. Ooh, Epiphany. Oh, just dodging the bomb there. My bad. So you'll see there that HD uses the ice to make the ghost vulnerable. Oh, hidden room. That's where we encountered them again. So you'll see there. Oh, okay. So you'll see him spraying the ice there, and what that's going to allow is for us to suck up the ghost. Otherwise, if you don't have ice, you cannot make those ghosts vulnerable.
And HD with the nice double there in Safari room.
Yeah, it's always quite a tough double to set up, so lands it well.
Yeah, and you use the the fact that the garbage ghost doesn't hit you, so to set them up like you said beforehand in area
Yes.
1.
And HD using the free strat and is able to land a nice optimal there. A nice optimal Sapphire. So let's see if Epiphany is able to get Liddy Rune tech skip here. I assume he'll be setting it up. So we'll just, we'll see here.
HD, whereas he's getting into Bolossus, which is made up of 15 boosts, that it's going to bring up our tally to 36. And we see Epiphany, he didn't get the text skip. Hopefully he doesn't get a Bangor text, because it tends to happen.
Oh, he still does get a long text box though.
And he misses the mirror warp.
Yeah,
I think we haven't covered mirror warp either.
Yeah, well, Epiphany there, sadly, he had the best RNG too for that tech skip. But yes, if you want to touch on mirror warping very briefly, it's a strat that we've seen a couple times throughout our run so far. Epiphany going for the boo before Clairvoyant. Very interesting. I've always gone for it after if I missed it, but we are now getting that boo back from the missed fire warp that we saw earlier.
Well, I mean, I think it saves time getting this one before because you can exit Clairvoyant room right now ASAP.
Yes. HD getting a decent, a nice
One
one cycle.
cycle.
We had some dropped frames there, so it was hard to tell. But HD lands the Bulossus one cycle, which is such a nerve riser within a run. It's very makes any runner very anxious about lining it up. So hopefully Epiphany will land it so we can go over it a little bit more, but it was kind of hard to touch on it there.
Yeah, it went by so fast, and with the frame drops of HD, we couldn't get a glimpse of it.
The frame drops just cut right through the suck up there, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the optimal Bulossus you want to get. Well, we're seeing here the Clairvoyant cutscene, and on the other hand, the EGAT cutscene. So, for Bulossus, what you want to do is go all the way to the right, grab some ice, and then pop the Bulossus. And then you want to vacuum the Boos all the way to the other side of the arena, so you can line them up and shoot them, and then suck them up while they're frozen.
Yeah. Farcho hits it right on the... Hits it perfectly there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a boss. It's easier said than done, though. That Bulossus fight can be really complicated, and if you miss one or two, it's a hell ride.
Yeah, the troll boos can just be so rough, because Bulossus can be in that one cycle. You know, you can have a nice one cycle, or Bulossus can be broken up into, I believe it's 3 different stages, where there's the big Bulossus, which we start with. Then there's a medium-sized and a small one. And the smaller you get, the more hectic the boos become, and the harder they are to trap. So if you get left with 1 or 2 boos, it becomes quite the problem.
It does. And well, we're seeing HD going back all the way up to the balcony where the boss fight went. That's where the area key is, and then we're going to the blackout.
There you go. He was in top left, or at least the Reed was top left. Ooh, and a switch there.
And he switched to top left again.
Yep, top left again. Clairvoyant Boo. Not treating Epiphany with a lot of mercy here.
And I think HD is going to go with normal blackout. He's not going...
Standard blackout?
He's not going sidestep. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see a difference there. Standard blackout, saving only a little bit of time, just because we'll see Epiphany hopefully later. Or most likely later going into sidestep blackout. It doesn't lose much time within the actual context of the run and your movement, but you have to pause and switch to sidestep mode, which actually loses time for those 2 pauses that you have to do over an optimal or standard blackout.
And we see Epiphany getting scared there. That's why I also told you about the optimal hallway movement, so you avoid those curves.
Yes.
And well, HD mirror warping to the start of the game, so
Epiphany forgot ice. Oh, and that's what we were just speaking about. You know, this is probably going to be another 30 seconds, and he gets scared there too. And he gets the hallway mouse there and grabs the sapphire. I think Epiphany has realized that this race is a little out of reach for him. Oh, and Grimly time. Oh, and a near instant Grimly for HD. Sorry, there's so much going on both sides of the run, so it's hard to touch on one at a time. But HD there experiencing one of the biggest RNG elements throughout our run. Grimly there, his heart will show whenever he feels like it. It can be instant, 1 second, 25 seconds, up to 50 seconds. Like, it is just however he chooses. So HD getting a good Grimly there means a lot, and it can impact a run greatly. So, good Grimly there. And I believe we're going to be seeing HD go for Breaker Boo, which is a strat only used by the top runners, as it only saves, I believe in the grand scheme, it saves 8 to 10 seconds over Vanguard Boo, which we'll touch on a little bit later. Epiphany landing the double, though, in Safari Room. Very nice.
But he gets slipped by the banana again.
Yes.
And Breaker Boo not showing HD much love. They're hiding.
Yeah, having to go middle here. HD. So Breaker Boo is in this category is the hardest Boo to do, as it requires a lot of precision pumps here, and you're gonna see HD through the choppy footage, just like very closely keeping him to the wall, but he does land it, I believe. Yes, he does.
Really nice breaker boot there. Well, touching the Epiphany is doing the side step. We're going to see it right now, and
No,
also
he's going into Bulasis.
And touching a little bit of the breaker boo. Breaker boo, as we were talking about, the R pump helps you keep the boo in place, but only by 150 HP. As you saw, breaker boo has 200 of it, so that's why it's the tricky part of it. And what you do there is you want to suck up most health before he starts making his way out, and then you have to push him backwards into the room so you can do the rest of the suck up there.
Yeah, it is quite the technical trick, and even top level runners, have trouble with it. It is just a very precise trick, and anybody who can one cycle breaker boo, I have a tremendous amount of respect for.
Utter respect for them, yeah.
Yeah. So Epiphany will be entering Bulasis here, and hopefully we'll see another one cycle here. As he's one cycled Bogmire, so let's see if he can land the one cycle Bulasis.
So as we were telling before, he has to go right. He pops the boo with the unicorn there, and he's going to back him. He's going to go all the way back to the other ice statue.
That's not a very good angle. Yeah, he does not land a lot of them there. Yeah, this will definitely be a 2-cycle. Yeah, your angle is everything. Here we're gonna see a different phase of the Bulasis here. And with that ice shot, angle is everything. Making sure you're able to line it up. So here is what we were talking about, these troll boos, as they've been dubbed. Because they just, at the sight of ice, they will actually run away. So you have to line up very interesting setups to get them to charge at you. Oh, and this is going to turn to a 3-cycle King Boo, or Bulasis. Excuse me.
And well, we're seeing HD on the clockwork on the soldier's room. These are triplets. As you remember, Henry and Orville, there were 2 of them. Here we have 3. You have to keep up the wind. You have to take out the winder back there. Is he going for the double? I think he is.
Oh yeah, he is going for soldier double. This is another top level strat that can be very difficult to control the 2 of them. But HD, being a top level runner, has no problem with it. Lands it very nicely. So soldier double is another one of those really tricks that he just made look easy. But go try it yourself. It is not as simple as he made it appear.
Now in rooftop, he's just gonna burn all the shy guys there. No Boston burn right now, and then he's going to spawn the icy ghosts, which he gets a double there with no problem at all. And now he's going to get that key.
Alright, so here after Roof Key, HD is 1 minute and 1 second behind his PB. So, theoretically, he can still 56 with this run, which would be quite interesting to see. So far, I believe the tourney PB, the best time accomplished here in the tourney, is the 56:44 by Jared. I don't think anybody's topped that yet.
And no, well, that was a top level run for such early stages in the
Yes.
tournament. But I mean, Jared, he's also a really top level runner. I'm really excited to see what he has to do next. And here, Armory, it's probably one of the toughest room, if not the toughest room of all the game, because I mean, the ghosts are not that tough, but it gets laggy as hell, as you can see. Well, I don't know if it's the lag or the frame drops, but
oh my. Epiphany has forfeited his match here. Sorry to interrupt you there, Furcho.
No worries.
Unfortunately, Epiphany is forfeiting our match here.
And I mean, he was having a nice pace for his PB time. I don't know if he was still within reach of PBing, but it was a good run, a solid run he had done there. The Ballistas didn't treat him good, but
yeah, he most definitely was not on PB pace. Hold up, HD here, landing Armory Boo, which has gotta be one of the most difficult boos in the game. Epiphany says he was 2 minutes behind his PB there, and he did not want to continue, which is unfortunate. But I mean, as a runner myself, I can understand the frustration there. So we will be watching HD here, but he is closing in on the end of the game here, so we don't got much time left. Yeah, we still have HD slideshow of a run here. Unfortunately, though, the sad part here is that HD's audio is not usable because of how choppy it is, so we are just going to be kind of game audio-less for our little while here.
I mean, we can try and do the sound effects, you know?
Yeah, yeah, we'll do our fair share of them.
Epiphany, would you like to do Juggle percent now?
Would you like to explain, Fercho?
Well, in my run against Owen, he had to forfeit after he was dying against Weston run there. He died on Weston. That's really tough because the icicles there on NTSC US can deal you 40 damage. So if you go low health into next room, which HD is doing right now, it can be hell on you. JP version, it doesn't have that, so it's better. And well, Western room, as you can see, it has ice mechanics, which makes it even more harder than it already is. Let's see if HD gets Western one cycle.
And a quick word for that for HD. I actually did, as Owen did, I did lose a run earlier. I was on a pretty decent PB pace, but I died to the icicle as Owen did, as Fercho just mentioned. So I feel that pain. It's not an easy way to lose a run. But, okay. So Weston Boo is another one of those 150 HP boos that require really precise pumping, and he likes to leave quickly. And it appears HD, just wrangles him in, because he wanted to leave. So that gives HD his 40th boo, which is what is required to enter the final boss. But as we mentioned, Breaker Boo is that 40th boo that is commonly replaced by Van Gore Boo, which is a slower boo but an easier boo in comparison to Breaker Boo.
Yeah, and well, we're going right now to Bangor, the last ghost before the boss fight of the game. Bangor, it's like the ghost which is responsible for all the other common ghosts, not the portrait ghost. He just paints them and lets them loose on the mansion, as we'll see in a couple of seconds. And
yeah, I don't believe we saw any Van Gore text, but maybe I did not see. But I didn't notice any Van Gore text throughout this run.
Well, in HD's slides, I didn't see anything, and I think that Epiphany didn't get any of them either.
Yeah. Yeah, and HD slideshow here. So yeah, we'll notice here Van Gore, who's just quite the character. A very tough portrait ghost here. I always considered him the boss of Area 4, but officially he is just another portrait ghost.
Yeah, I mean he's the unofficial boss of Area 4, as he also gives you an area key.
Yes.
And well, here you're going to fight 3 of each common ghost, as you can see. You just line them up and triple them and burn the last ones.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting because all these setups can be done really well, very quick, but also can be screwed up in many different ways. So HD is looking good so far, as we are seeing the bits and pieces of it all. But it looks like he's going for instant grabbers. No, he's not. But he still lands a very nice grabber triple there. Grabbers always are a very common troublesome triple there. Ooh, that was phonetic.
And he also gets a Shy Guy triple.
But this is HD we're talking about. He should be able to make quick work of it all. And lands the garbage ghost triple. And now, interestingly enough, it is actually faster to suck those ghosts up, but the margin of error is much greater. It's much easier to screw it up. So it's only faster by a little bit of time. I mean, maybe at most, maybe a second. So it's usually just deemed not worth it. But I think it's theoretically a little bit faster. Done really well. But the boo in that room is usually the 40th boo that most runners will go for. But HD already having all 40 boos is right on his way to the final boss, and we are closing in the end of this run.
Mirror Warp, the last one of it all, and we're going down to the basement yet again. King Boo, well, you already saw where he is at the end of the mansion, back in the cutscene at the start of Area 3, so he's just going there. And I think this run, well, with a little bit of luck, it still can be 56, but it has to be like one cycle.
If he has to go for one cycle, if he wants a 56 here. So hopefully HD will break out the one cycle. I mean, he already has the win secured, so I hope we can see HD go for the one cycle here, because that'd be quite the treat.
Yeah.
Or yeah, if he gets crown theft. That won't happen. Maybe. Alright. So if he got 2 cycle, it would be a 5505 or 5705. So HD has got to 1 cycle if he wants to get a 56 here.
Yeah, if not, well, a 57 run, it's still quite
a
respectable.
low 57. Any of the, yeah. Anytime under sub hour is very good. Any time that anybody's putting up in these tournament races are fantastic in comparison to anything. So, but HD is definitely still playing within pretty decent pace of his PB. You know, if in a race, if you can play within a minute and a half of your PB, some would say that's bad, but in my opinion, if you can play within a minute and a half of your PB, you'll be pretty good. So, let's hope we get to watch a slideshow performance of King Boo 1 cycle here for the masses.
Yeah, maybe with those slides we can like teach next generations to play the 1 cycle King Boo.
Most definitely. Alright. So we're just gonna have to sit through this Bowser cutscene briefly. So, and we'll explain it if he goes for it. If not, alright, well, he's at least setting up the insta shot here, found by Red Mountain while playing with his feet. You'll see here. Oh, and he missed
did not get it.
He did not land the insta shot there. Let's see, is he gonna just go settle for 2? Okay, he seems to be settling for a 2 cycle. Looking pretty good though.
236, that was a
yeah,
nice
very
first
good cycle. Alright, he's gonna be setting up another insta shot hopefully. Instant shots here, you'll see if we could. Okay, well he landed it. But basically the insta shot will save about 2 seconds per shot because it's an instant shot and it saves a little bit of time. So low 57 here for HD. 57
to HD.
02 GG. Absolutely fantastic. What a run, honestly. A low 57 in a race is.
It's really nice.
Excuse me, I hit the wrong button there. He is the winner. That is my bad. There you go. Great run from HD, and Epiphany unfortunately forfeited, but still great runs from both runners. So briefly, we'll be getting HD into our call here in a moment. HD, hello there.
Go
I'm
HD.
I'm sorry you guys had to witness whatever this was.
it was quite the race.
No, dude, I don't know
the
what
race.
was going on, but like, I went live and I just started immediately dropping frames, and it persisted throughout the entire race. I don't know what the reason was, but I streamed yesterday and I wasn't dropping any frames.
Things were looking good last night.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, well, either way, it was still a great run. A low 57 in a race is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, tried pulling out the 1 cycle, but
Yeah.
you know.
Instant shot did not want to be your friend there.
Yeah, so something else pretty funny that happened during the race is I split on fire and then my split pedal got stuck and it kept splitting.
Oh, man.
And then it reset my timer, so it listed my PB as a 1442.
That's a new world record there, guys.
Yeah, we were curious what had happened there because the whole timer just got kind of thrown out there.
Yeah, so I just asked Epiphany what his timer was at and I just reset it. And I also got kicked out of SRL, so Yeah,
All
pretty
good stuff.
interesting run.
Quite the race. Epiphany, what is going on? Welcome in.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? I mean, your run, you're quite a bit behind your PB there, and you just called it. What would you say? Put up the towel, hung up the towel.
So
I mean, what are your thoughts?
so it got progressive over time. It all started with missing the first Chauncey ball catch, and then from there, nothing significant. I got really good shy guys.
Yes, those were very clean.
You know, and a little scuffed storage room, but beyond that, it's just like area 2 went pretty smoothly until fire warp.
Yeah, that,
So-
that was a tough break for you, man.
Yeah, which isn't a huge deal. I still could have easily gotten like 103 with that, honestly. It was when I got to a kitchen that I had finally realized I'd forgotten laundry room boo.
Oh, it was the
that's
boo
what it
you
was.
forgot. I thought you forgot Mario hats.
Yeah, because
No.
we saw you get the hat. That's what it was. Yeah.
So I'd forgotten laundry room boo. So at the very beginning of area 3, I had to go get laundry room boo.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you know, carried out area 3 as normal. Nothing super wrong. You know, I got the 360 moonshot bullseye.
That was awesome. That was dead on. That was fantastic. I was so
Yeah.
excited to see that.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy with that, you know, regardless of facing anything. I'm like, okay, that was pretty cool. So that kind of raised my mood a little bit. And then, you know, boo losses. Just none of the boos wanted to attack me at all. Like, I
Yeah,
had
it was
2 boos, and none of them charged me or even lined up.
the
at
troll
all.
boos were just killing you. Yeah.
That pressured me a lot, and at that point, that's when I was 2 minutes behind PB.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
was
as I loaded in, because I was in the VC talking with all the other runners and everything, and even HD here, and
Yeah.
I talked so much about forfeiting that entire time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to forfeit. I just want to be done with this and everything, you know. And then I'd forgotten fire going up to blackout, so I'm like, yep, that did it. I just
Yeah.
And, you know,
I turned off my Wii, stopped stream, closed the live split, and just went outside.
Yeah, and you know, the whole time I was trying to talk him out of forfeiting because his
Yeah.
stream was literally the only one watchable. I'm like,
Yeah.
you were absolutely gonna ruin this stream. if you
We got
forfeit.
left with no audio. Yeah,
Oh my god.
as HG's was unusable, but
Yeah,
It was-
everyone was trying to talk me out of forfeiting, but I'm like, my mind was set at that point. I'm like, no, I can't continue. I'm way too angry at this point.
yeah, there was quite a few mental errors throughout the run where I bet it was just kind of like, oh, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, like you can even ask HD here. The amount of times I just screamed the F-bomb.
And I feel like I was more focused on trying to actually make my stream watchable rather than focusing on my run, and yet I
On the
still pull
gameplay
out a 57:02 or whatever that was.
Yeah, no, it was still a very solid run.
You know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'm putting this race past me because it was terrible.
It was
yeah.
quite the event. I mean, it was quite the stream here.
Needless to say, I am watching the VOD back to see what you guys were saying the entire time.
We were just doing our best to mesh it all together.
I mean,
I could only imagine the absolute torture behind doing that.
Well, we
it
were
was
still.
a fun run. It was really interesting watching you both guys run. GG's to both of you. I mean, I know how frustrating it can be being behind on your PB, but it happens. It is what it is, and you'll get it next time, both of you. Hopefully, we see more of a slideshow next time for you, HD. It was really fun, though.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
time we're moving to Microsoft Word.
Yeah, most definitely.
Next time it's going to be stop motion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else the runners have to say?
Oh, GG's Epiphany.
I like to say that it was fun being in this tournament, but I'm in the loser's bracket, and my next opponents aren't going to be easy. So,
I'm with you there, Drone. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
So,
All right. Thanks for
HD, you're
commentating.
going for the winner of JC against Pharaoh. That's gonna be also an interesting run.
And actually, the loser will be
Absolutely.
playing Epiphany,
yep.
Oh, okay.
so it'll split both ways. So, with that, once again, thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting our tournament, and HDlax here for setting it all up, and everyone for coming out, and GG's to both runners.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Peace.
All right. Bye-bye now.
See you.
See ya.